I'm so happy that I'm so happy I saw this video because I was literally just talking about this the other day, or last night actually. I was just on a live last night talking about this to some young men, and it was just so like odd to listen to how they were not odd. I won't say it's odd, but it was annoying because all the only thing I be telling men is like beyond like stats and facts and numbers and whatever the fuck else, right? Like I'm just telling them the objective truth. I'm just telling them the things that like I've actually put into action and I've gotten results, right? Um and maybe there are like better ways of doing it or different ways of doing it or whatever, but this seems to be like the best way of going about, being or not being a good partner, but like having like a healthy relationship or becoming a better partner for your spouse or whatever, your girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever the case may be. But this video right here is, I mean, it's almost like verbatim what I was saying last night. It's really dope. I love it.
Yeah, I just got out of the gym and I was seeing some of the comments and I wanted to touch base on a few of them. Number one, she did not leave our children. We are co parenting and we're doing just fine at it. I made this post because I saw her post that was very similar to this and I thought I just make one of my own just like hers. So, number two, all the comments I've seen praising me about taking accountability for my actions. I truly believe you're doing a disservice to the real gentlemen out there who do take care of their ladies in their lives.
I I don't like when people give me like I know it's like a natural reaction because you want to encourage the person to keep going. So I get it, right? Like I understand like when you hear somebody doing the work, you're like, keep going, brother. You're doing great. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, you took accountability. That's the first, whatever, right? Like I get that, but I also don't feel comfortable because I'm like, if I I wouldn't have anything to take accountability for if I wasn't such a prick. You know what I mean? So it's a mixed bag for me. It's like I don't get mad at people for doing that, but me personally, it's not encouraging, right? Like to be honest, and it doesn't make me feel any better. But I guess it's one of those things where it's like to me, it's like I just got to accept it from both ends. Like I got to accept that I still got a lot of growing to do, and I also have to accept that there are some people that are like, you know, like I appreciate that you can admit this and that you taking accountability. You know what I mean? Like so, it's like cool. I'm remove myself from the situation as much as possible.
Giving me praise for the accountability, it really sets the bar super low
Mm.
for these other young gentlemen, and I'm trying to get the point across to them to treat their lady right from the start, their partner right from the start, because that's what they are. They're your partners. I'm not making this post trying to get any kind of sympathy from anybody. I know I'm the bad guy. I our relationship, me and my the mother of my children, our relationship has always been very one sided.
Mm.
It's always been her doing 100% of the loving. I know exactly what I am, and it's not a man because a man would have taken accountability from the.
This is the part I disagree with, sir. You are very much a man. And I would even go a step further to say you are a typical man in this regard. So you are very much a man. Men don't take accountability. That's not what men do. That's not a masculine trait. I want to be clear, right? If we gonna talk, like, let's talk about it. Let's talk about masculinity. Let's talk about manhood. Let's talk about the characteristics of most men. Taking accountability, growing up, doing the right thing, that is not what most men do. So you can't say, oh, that's a manly thing. It is absolutely the fuck not. It's not.
Start. What I am is I'm a narcissist. I'm a
Mm,
manipulator. I'm a
mm,
cheater. I'm an
mm,
abuser.
mm.
That's what I am. I'm not here to get praise.
Mhm,
I'm here for constructive criticism, which a lot of you guys are giving me,
mhm,
and I'm here to take that and I'm here to evolve. I'm here to become better. I'm
mhm,
trying to become better. So
mhm,
please help me.
mhm,
Another string of comments I saw was, why try to do better now? I want to do better now because I want my daughters to see how they should.
Also, he wants to do better for himself. That's a weird thing. It's like I know that I know that like a lot of men are, we do better because we have a mate, because we have a spouse or whatever, right? No doubt about it. But what if you did better because you just wanted to be the best person that you possibly can be, right? If you were doing that, then you wouldn't be in this position to begin with. So when you ask a person who is doing the work, well, why do it now? It's like, because I still need to do it. It's not like the work doesn't need to be done. I'm still a shitty person, right? So you're just saying like, and I know that was a man that asked that because men oftentimes think like, well, I can find a woman to accept me for who I am right now at this place right now. A lot of men believe that, unfortunately. So I know that men, we typically, when we start having these conversations, that is like some of the stuff that we'll say. And I've told you guys before, I have a friend that, I went a long time without like not working out. Like I consistently worked out for like 4 or 5 days a week for years. And I just recently, within the last like year or so, I just fell off of working out, whatever. I got injured and whatever, right? Anyways, long story short, I've been with my wife that whole entire time, pretty much from the beginning of me starting to work out until now, right? I've been with my wife and I've been with her for 17 years. And I would say that I have been consistently working out for 15 of the 17 years, right? Maybe 14 and a half, you know what I'm saying? But I've been consistently working out for 14, 15, 16, 14, 15 years, right? My friend, he was like, I remember talking to him about it. He would just bring it up. He started bringing this up like 10 years ago. He would be like, man, I don't know why you do it. I don't know how you do it. And I'd be like, what? And he was like, you work out all the time. And I was like, yeah. And he'd be like, but you already got a wife. And I was like, so? Like, and he was like, yeah, but like, don't you work out to get a woman? And I was like, you work out to get women. Like other men work out to get, I work out because I like to feel good. I work out for my health. I work out for my mental health, my physical and my mental health, because when I work out, I'm less depressed. I'm not as prone to depression or bouts of depression, because that's how my depression works. I don't know about for everybody else. I have bouts of depression, right? I'm not perpetually depressed. I come out of it and I go into it. I come out of it and I go into it. When I'm working out, it staves the depression off, right? It makes it that much harder for the depression to stick. And I was like, yeah, I work out for me ultimately. I don't work out for my wife. She is like her liking me and being more physically attracted to me is like secondary. It's a part, you know what I'm saying? It's like, cool. I'm glad she does. You know what I mean? Like, I'm glad that, she is more attracted to me or whatever the case may be. But I don't work out for that reason. And I wouldn't not work out just because I had a wife. That is just one glimpse into how men really look at this stuff, because that told me two things. A, you don't want to be a better person for you. Every time you ever think about being a better person, it is like performative. It's transactional still. It's like, oh, I'll do this because I'll get her, right? That's one thing it taught me. And number two, it showed me that like you want to manipulate a woman. Like this is that like vet better situation that men always scream about, right? How, like, so if my wife dated me or, a part of the reason why she was attracted to me was because I was working out and I was in shape. I don't have a problem with that. Right. And now, you know what I'm saying? And then like now I get with her and then 2 years into it, I just stopped working out, let myself go. You trapped her, you manipulated her. You were doing it just until you can get her. See what I'm saying? And men do that in various ways, not with working out typically. It's usually some other way, right? Some very serious way. Working out is like the least of a woman's worries if a man is going to continue to work out or not. Usually it's he's not a cheater and then you get married and he cheats. You know what I'm saying? Something like that. Or more common, it would be like, before you got married, he used to pay attention to you. And now you guys are married and he's ignoring the woman and blah, 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 blah. So that's how a lot of men view this stuff. Sadly.
I saw was, why try to do better now? I want to do better now because I want my daughters to see how they should be treated. I want them to see that, I can treat their mother with as much respect as possible without being with her. I want them to see what a real man is like. I want to become a real man. And I know, I wasn't regretful when I was committing some of the actions. When I was cheating on her, when I was manipulating her, when I was abusing her, when I was just being pure evil to her. I wasn't regretful then, so why am I regretful now?
Mm-hmm.
I'm regretful now because, she did truly love me. She really did.
Mm-hmm.
And I just ruined that. So, anyways, you can go show, the beautiful mother of my children some love. I'll tag her account.
Mm.
But yeah, that's just me clearing up some of the comments I saw.
That's dope. I know you don't. It's sad, but it's therapeutic, man. Because even in this, it's a win. You know what I'm saying? Even in this, he's still gonna win. I feel like not a win over her. He's gonna get that personal W from being a better person, right? He's gonna get it for himself, and he's gonna get it for his daughters, and he's gonna get it for the woman. And you see what I like about this too. What I love about this is he ain't talking about so I could be back in her life and I want to win her back. No. He's like, that ship has sailed. I'm just gonna be a good partner. You know what I'm saying? Not romantically, but raising these children, I'm going to be a good partner to the mother of my children. And I be screaming that all the time, and the men be crashing out because y'all know I'll be the first ones to tell you, I don't give a fuck. I don't care what happens. I don't care what happens. As long as my wife don't try to hurt my babies, which she would never do. I will, if she leaves me tomorrow, I will show up. I will thank her for giving me 17 years, best 17 years of my life. I would thank her for everything that she does for my children, and I would support her financially and emotionally and physically, right? If I needed to, doing whatever I need to do, cleaning up with her, going over her house, helping her out, not babysitting, but you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't care. Like we splitting the time up and she got to work late on a Tuesday and I need to pick up the kids or whatever, but it ain't my day to pick up the kid. Like, I would do all of that shit. No fucking problem. New man coming in her life, new husband, old husband, it don't matter. That's the mother of my children. And I'm gonna make sure that moving forward, she's taken care of. I don't know why that's so. I gotta stop saying I don't know why. I get it. I know a lot of you men hate your women, right? Even the women that you with. I get it. But not all of us do. Not all of us do. Some of us actually, even through all the fucked up shit, right? When we come out of the other side of that, a lot of us realize that we were fucked up. And a lot of us realize that we love our women and we need to do right by them, and we need to do right by ourselves and our children. That shouldn't trigger so many men, but it does. Because you can't have men like him. You can't have men like him coming out, pulling back the veil, exposing the Wizard of Oz, right? You can't do that. You need to keep that hidden, and then just tell all the women that all men are shitty or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Or it's just the men they choose or whatever the case may be, and keep playing this shell game, right? But as soon as you start exposing the truth, the men are going to crash out. But shout out to this brother, and shout out to the mother of his children for being an awesome person, it sounds like it. And I just hope they keep taking care of those babies the way that they've been doing thus far.